pattern or structure that we will talk about is probably the most important, and that is the story. Story is traditionally thought of as setup, conflict, climax, and resolution. And sometimes in books you will see a picture like this. I tend to draw the picture like this because it fits with the other pictures we look at in other lessons. The important thing, though, is how these ideas work together. And certain people, like Patrick Winston of MIT, will say that how these ideas work together is how the mind itself works. So if you can understand story, you are understanding something actually about your own cognitive process, your own mind's functions. That is what some people will say, and I probably agree with those people, but you can choose to agree or disagree. Now, I draw the picture a little differently, and I also use slightly different words for myself. And I encourage you to think about these words because they will help you to write stories better and to link ideas in this structure more effectively. I think of value, problem, answer, and meaning. The reason I do this is because most stories will answer a question. This goes back to Aristotle's concept of unity, and maybe I'll talk about that in another lesson. But most stories suggest a question and answer the question, and that answer, if it's important to you, is something that will hold you or something you want to know as you follow along. So we begin with value. For example, let's say I will tell you the story of, can Aaron balance his coffee on the marker? Let me use the blue marker so you can see it. Can I balance my coffee on top of this blue marker? Now, we use coffee because we know instinctively that it's more valuable than a napkin. Can I balance the napkin? That's not so interesting to you because if it falls, who cares? A coffee implicitly requires the energy to make the water hot, the organization, because water or liquid likes to spread out entropically. You know it's valuable to me because I like it. And if we wanted to go further, you could give me your phone, right? And I could try to balance your phone here. Your phone is very important to you. It's very valuable to you. You don't want it to fall. So we want a subject that has value. It keeps us interested. And also we want a serious problem. The more of a problem the problem is, the more interesting, right? If I balance my coffee on this big lid, that's not so impressive, right? Because it's not a difficult problem. If I try to balance it on this marker, right, that's more difficult. We want something very valuable placed into a difficult quandary, a difficult problem, and that will make us watch. Then we will want to know the answer. Will Aaron be able, and here we go, to balance his coffee? Oh! All right. The answer is no, I can't, but the meaning is also important. Maybe you realize something through that demonstration. The meaning of the story is that I changed my actual coffee cup with an empty one, but in another story, if I hadn't changed it, the meaning might be that now I can't drink my coffee.